Main topic number 2. So this is kind of a two-part thing. And I'm going to get into this before I get to it. It's kind of a two-part thing. So there's been news on Black Widow. Most of it's been rumor early in the week. And then later, Deadline kind of put a finale on it, in my eyes anyway. So here's the first part. First part of it. Marvel reportedly considering Disney Plus release for Black Widow. So a lot of movie pundits out there are reporting this rumor. A lot in the YouTube space, including ones that I follow, like John Campea. They're reporting that they have heard this rumor from some of their sources. But I always try to look it up, and I'm like, okay, well, I definitely got to talk about this if this is going to be a thing. Well, I look it up, and the first and basically one of the only ones I find, of course, is my nemesis, WeGotThisCovered.com, which is this story right here that you see. WeGotThisCovered.com. See if I can move this down at all. No, I cropped out there, probably for the best. WeGotThisCovered.com. Anything you hear from them is usually bullshit. I mean, look, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, right? So I did a little more digging, and I found this. So this doesn't seem to be talking about Black Widow at all, right? Disney mulling pivot of Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Cruella from theater to Disney Plus premieres. But if you scroll down in this little fun article about that, which, by the way, that in itself is a thing. Disney is definitely doing a shift towards pushing a lot of their stuff to streaming. So Disney releasing movies in theaters is going to be less and less and less and less and less. I digress. So scroll down in this fun little article, and you find this little paragraph right here. And specifically, sources said that Disney will likely lean heavily into series generated from Marvel, Lucasfilm, and other silos, but at this point, it is keeping some of its plum titles for release when the theatrical market recovers. The Marvel film Black Widow with Scarlett Johansson is not being contemplated for a streaming bow, Deadline hears. There is no comment from the studio. That was yesterday, and that contradicts everything, every rumor we're hearing. It contradicts all of them, because we had been hearing for the first part of the week, and especially with like all the stuff that's going on with Wonder Woman 84 moving and everything else, we've been hearing all week, Widow's gonna move. The rumors are Widow's gonna move, Widow's gonna move, Widow's gonna move. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that Black Widow is not moving. And I trust Deadline, which is a major trade. And, as somebody calls me during the show. It's one of those days, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm going to pull the battery out of this phone so then we don't have an interruption again. So anyway, Deadline is a major trade. And what that means is they're a well-known, like, reputable source. When they tell you something, it is. So if they're telling you that Black Widow is not going, it is. Their sources, they double check their sources, they confirm them. They are a straight up news agency versus We Got This Covered, which is rumor mill and mostly bullshit. They just make up shit all the time. So I am here to tell you guys that Black Widow is most likely, I mean, never say never, but most likely not going to Disney Plus. With that being said, good. I don't want Black Widow to go straight to Disney Plus. I'm a theater guy. I want my movies in the theater. The theatrical experience is 100 times better than what you got in your living room, and I don't care how good your system is. The theaters are where it's at, and movies like Black Widow are made to be seen in the theaters. So for me, this is excellent news. I do not want, and excellent news in a week where theaters are getting pounded, just pounded. And we're going to get into that in our next topic shortly. So this is good news for the theaters, coming from Deadline, that Black Widow is not being considered for a Disney Plus, straight to Disney Plus release. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited that Black Widow is staying in the theaters? Are you guys not excited because you were just hoping it went straight to Disney Plus and you're not a theater person like me? Let me know in the comments below your guys' thoughts, and we're going to move on to our next topic after I take a sip of my hot chocolate.